Now, after setting the decimal, here are some important buttons that you are going to require. Now, in this session, I'm actually going to cover almost all the buttons that you'll be needing throughout your CFA level 1 journey. Now, while I'm speaking that, you might be wondering, don't we need all the buttons? No, you don't need some of them, and I'll explain you that. Okay, so let's start with one by one. Some very easy buttons, as I said, these buttons you will use it for multi-purpose. The number buttons are right here from 1 to 10. You have all these numbers. Okay, you can use 0 also, but when you need to store these numbers, this is where you have the store function. For example, if I want to store 25, so I will press store 1. When I press store 1, it gets stored in this box. Now, if you want to recover that, you need to press recall 1. So if you press recall 1, it will show. For example, if you press clear button, which is at the bottom, when you press clear, the number has disappeared. But since we stored it, you will not press store 1, you will press recall 1. So that's where you will see the number. So store is used to store and recall is used to call back. Okay. Recall is and store are very useful functions. So basically you can actually store 10 values, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 9, and 0 also is what you can utilize to store. Although you won't require so many numbers to store, but for example, in fixed income, you might have to store some of the cash flows. So it's a very vital function, store recall. Then you might require in some cases log natural and exponential function. So if you see ln is log natural, and behind the ln you will see e to the power x. Now whenever you want to use the function which are on the back side, you have to press second. Second works like a shift. So for example, if I press 10 and if I press ln, it's a log of 10. But if I want to do exponential of 10, I will press second ln. So basically it's the exponential which is in the picture here. So it's not calculating the log, it is calculating the exponential e to the power x. Exactly that way, every yellow function that you see, you can utilize it by pressing second. All right. So second is used like a shift key. Then for every calculation, you will use CPT, that is compute. Enter when you put cash flow function. When you use cash flow function, I will show you that. At that time, to put the numbers, you press enter. Enter is to confirm the number. You will require enter for various reasons. Cash flow function, it's an exclusive function that we'll be utilizing. So that's where we will use cash flow function. During the cash flow function, you will do NPV and IRR calculation. That is where you will use these functions. Up and down arrow keys are used when you want to put multiple cash flow. For example, I will show you when we use the cash flow function. You press CF and then you press the down arrow key or the up arrow key to check the numbers. All right. But if you want to do some correction in the numbers, you can do the correction using the side arrow key. For example, if I put here 2500 and now if I want to do the correction, I'll press the side arrow key, so it will correct those numbers. Although you can clear and put the number also. Clear is at the bottom. So this is where you use the arrows, the up and down arrow to check, and the side arrow is what you use for correction. On off button you only use when your calculator has become off. So use it once only. A lot of times I see students after each calculation they do on off. Don't do that, it will drain your batteries. Then the functions right in the center, these all functions are annuity function, so you will utilize them when we do annuity, and I've covered annuity here, so you will utilize those functions exclusively when we go to the annuity functions. Rest all percentage, root, square, 1 by x. 1 by x is an interesting thing. It is for inverse. So for example, if I want to press 25, but I don't need 25, I need inverse of 25. So after pressing 25, I will press that 1 by x. So it will inverse 25, which is 0.04. So that is where 1 by x is very useful. Division, multiplication, plus minus are normal. But if you see behind those multiplication and plus minus, there is factorial, permutation, combination. Do we require them in level 1 as of now? Well, you don't require. So you might hardly require that in future also. So these functions are rarely used. So you know, the main functions, multiplication, minus, division, addition, those are used. But those functions behind that, that is x factorial, NPR, that is permutation, NCR, that is combination, that is now not used. We used to use it when the syllabus had permutation and combination, Only if it is there, then you might use it. Apart from this, you have the sin, cos, tan. We don't do that in CFA, so we don't need that. There is this HYP function. This is actually one of the most useless function for us in the exam. I will highlight those functions. That is HYPINV. These are hyperbolic engineering functions. Do we require that in CFA? Absolutely not. So you will probably never utilize it. I also have never utilized it, and I hope you also never utilize it. We don't have anything related to that to be utilized in CFA, so you can freely ignore that. Do I require these brackets? Well, in scientific calculators, you do. Here, honestly, I do all the calculation without the brackets, so I never utilize these brackets also. So that is one thing. This, yes, y to the power x, we use it when we want to compound something. Multiplication, plus, minus, I've already described. Equal to is to calculate everything. So after all your equation is done, you need to press equal to. Now, what is this plus minus for? Well, there are two plus minus. One is an addition subtraction, and this plus minus that you see at the bottom, that is to change the sign. For example, if I want to put 100 and if I want to change the sign, I will not this plus minus, I will rather put the bottom plus minus and the sign changes. You notice that, correct? So the bottom plus minus is used to change the sign. This is used already to change the decimal, the format. So you will utilize it only once probably, and this function is only used for 0. You don't need the background function of memory or etc. You don't need that. So this is how we use these functions. Now there are some functions which are to be used, like for example at the background of 7 there is data, stat, bond, depreciation. Many of these functions we will utilize it, but as of now, if I were to quickly summarize what all functions we don't need, we are never going to utilize, well, I will tell you the functions that we are not going to utilize in CFA exclusively are these functions, correct? Both. The button is actually useless. We're not using that hyperbolic functions at all, so we don't need that, correct? So this button probably is useless for us. On off button, we hardly use it once to start, and then format button is also we use only to set up, otherwise we don't use it too often. Okay, but this function we will probably never utilize it. We'll never have a chance to utilize it. All others we use it, but the function which are behind the scene, that is hardly utilized. All right, so these are the common buttons. But where is the utilization? Well, you will see across when you go with the equations, you will utilize them one by one. Not all functions you utilize immediately. For example, many functions like data functions, you use only when you learn stats, a data function which is behind 7, correct? Then depreciation you use only when you reach FSA, financial statement analysis. PMT function you might use now in quants or in fixed income. So many of these functions will appear, the utilization of them will appear later on. So you'll have to be very patient. You'll be impatient. Where am I going to use this? Don't worry, it will happen across the topics. All right. Yes.